Everybody, this is Nikki. I'm the Outreach Director with Arizona Wildlife Federation, and I love gardening. I'm coming to you from my garden today in Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm going to encourage you to reduce your lawn to be able to invite more wildlife to your backyard. So why get rid of your lawn? Well, lawns aren't all that water effective. They take a lot of water, usually take sprinkling, which around in Phoenix evaporates very, very quickly. And the water, that rainfall, doesn't actually percolate into the soil very well. So oddly enough, lawns actually contribute to urban flooding too. They also require a ton of maintenance. You've got your lawnmower, fertilizers, and they don't give all that much of a return. Some animals like lawns, but what we really find is that when we have more plant diversity, we have more wildlife diversity as well. Now, if you're a person who loves your lawn, you have parties, the kids play on it, hey, that's okay. You know, you love your golfing and you like the ballparks, that's all fantastic reasons for having the lawn. Maybe at some point you'll think about in your own backyard reducing your lawn or eliminating completely when those uses aren't in place. So we're going to come at this from starting with the wildlife angle. So Arizona Wildlife Federation is the state affiliate of the National Wildlife Federation, and we have an amazing program called the Garden for Wildlife program. And that's what's on my screen right now. You can see that website, and this will tell you about different ways that you can help wildlife just right in your own backyard, whether you have a porch garden, that's like right behind me, or whether you have a big garden or you're part of a community or a school, any place that has a place where you can plant plants. That's what a garden is human beings planting plants. So if you go to this page, National Wildlife Federation Gardens for Wildlife, you can also learn how to certify your garden. And so we're going to click on that. That's over here. I've got it pulled up on my screen here. And it's actually Garden Month. And so what the National Wildlife Federation does is they give you 20% off when you certify through June 1st, which is pretty nice. It's also pretty low cost in the first place. But it's a nice promotion right now. So on this page, you'll find a lot of ways to certify your garden. We're going to take a look at that at another time. But what I want you to look at is the about. There's a lot of resources. And I brought that page up on my screen also. So let's take a look at those resources. If we scroll down to those resources, one of the ones is the lawn reduction resource. So if you click on that, that's what comes up here is this nice PDF. Some of you I've probably shared this with already. Tells you a little bit about lawns, but it also tells you how to reduce your lawn. For us here in Phoenix, what we experience as our summer lawns are Bermuda grass. Bermuda grass is really, really tough. And the recommendations for how to remove your lawn, according to the National Wildlife Federation, are not going to be strong enough for what we experience here in Phoenix. They're going to tell you to cover it with newspapers and to solarize it, which in other parts of the country does work quite well. But in Phoenix, it's not going to work all that well. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to type in Maricopa, which is the county and which Phoenix is in, but this will also work with any desert environment, or if you know where you live, you're not able to solarize the grass very easily, here's another option for you. So Maricopa Master Gardeners, and I'm a Maricopa Master Gardener, happy to say that. And if you type in publications, you will get this wonderful website. I'm going to bring it up. There we go. With all their garden and landscape publications, talking about citrus, all kinds of great stuff. Now, if you scroll down, you'll see different diseases, different plants, all kinds of different PDFs that they have. And keep scrolling down to turf, which is a big thing, obviously, here in Phoenix. If you hit the Converting Turf to Xeriscape Landscape, you will get another PDF that's going to tell you how to do this in Phoenix. Now, I know it uses Roundup, and a lot of you will say, hey, Nikki, how can you promote using this toxic stuff? You're going to use it once, and you're going to be done with it. And it's going to easily be less toxic use than the fertilizers you've been putting on your lawn. So in the lesser of two evils, go with this, do it once, get it done thoroughly, move on. It's a little bit of work, and you're going to see in this video transformation of one of my yards in southern Phoenix of getting rid of this. It has to be sprayed on a non-windy day, so you're not affecting your neighbors. It is toxic, so of course you want to cover your skin as much as possible. And then I wash those clothes right away after, hose down the boots. And then you have to come in and after the grass dies, remove as much of the root system, stems, and leaves as possible. Bermuda grass is amazing at taking over the plant. That's its job. It's doing a great job. It can actually colonize an area, or it can colonize an area with seeds, roots, and stems. So it's very prolific. It will take a little bit of time. The biggest thing to plan is having your materials ready and making sure you're on a non-windy day. And it's in the summer when the grass is growing really nicely. So right now it's May. You have, I would suggest looking for June or July, so you have some time to figure this out. All right. So you have the things in hand. What do you do after you replace your lawn? What do you replace it with? You don't want just dirt. Dirt, the wind picks up and the particles of dirt get in our atmosphere, makes it harder to breathe. And that's something we definitely don't want here in Phoenix or across the Southwest. So what do you replace it with? Well, the neat thing about when you replace your lawn, you're obviously going to have sprinklers there. You can take that sprinkler head and just unscrew it and replace it with a drip irrigation head. And then from that drip irrigation head, you can put out spaghetti line, which is 1/4-inch tubing, to anywhere that you place any of your plants. And that can go below the ground or above the ground. You can use soaker line instead of drip line. Very, very easy to install. You don't need to be a master gardener to do it. But if you do need more help, it's definitely in that master gardener section. A lot of people, when they think of the word xeriscape, it actually means little to no irrigation, but a lot of people change that X and it's spelled Xeriscape, xeriscape. Most people change that X to a Z and they say, zero, that means there's no plants. Well, it's not true. When we look it up on Wikipedia, I mean, just look at these, and I'm not even opening the images yet. Look at all the wonderful things you can plant. This is great for Arizona, great for New Mexico, Southern California, Colorado, Nevada, all of us southwestern states that are struggling with water issues. Xeriscape landscaping is a really great alternative. And like I said, what we find is the more different plants we plant, different heights, different colors, different textures, different blooming times, the greater variety of wildlife we're going to have. And wildlife are going to want to come to your yard if you have food, if you have cover for them, place for them to raise their young, and if you have water. And again, we're talking about low water use, and that's one of the reasons we're replacing the lawn. It's pretty easy to even put out a little clay saucer that goes under your potted plants and put it somewhere where that drip irrigation can drip into it, or your soaker hose will spray a little bit and land in that saucer. And the days you don't water, great, it's going to dry up, so you don't have mosquito larvae starting in there, and you don't have the waterborne pests and diseases going on. So it's a great alternative. You can also do a bird bath. You will have to make sure again to let it dry out, scrub it every once in a while. You can also just let one of your drip irrigation ending, the end of the tube, just drip out while your drip irrigation is on. So those are wonderful options, and they do satisfy that certification requirement for water. So I've got one more resource to show you, and that is Judy Milkey. Hope I'm pronouncing her name right. This is an excellent, excellent book, Native Plants for Southwest Landscapes. I get no money in return. I have this book and I use it all the time. Great pictures and a little bit of information about how to plant, how to plant this, these plants and whether it's going to be good for this area or that area in your yard. Okay, one more word before we go. Gardening helps to mitigate climate change. A couple reasons for that is one, if you can reduce your water usage with the Xeriscape lawn, you're helping retain more water in our aquifers. There's a lot of needs for our water, so that's a great way to, hey, have your cake and eat it too, right? Have a beautiful garden without spending a lot on water for sure. You're also reducing your fossil fuel usage. Most people garden by hand, the best gardener tool is a pair of boots or pair of shoes to get out to that garden. We go out and tinker, right? We don't have to use that lawnmower anymore. The rototiller you're going to use once to take that root system out. And that's probably about it for you. you know, once you start planting, you're going to reduce your fertilizer use, you're going to reduce your Roundup use, you're going to reduce your fossil fuel use. It also really helps wildlife corridors. You know, you can imagine if you're a butterfly and you're an inch long and you've got little inch long wings, going a mile is a really long way. And butterflies do it. It's absolutely amazing. Now, but if they have a string of backyards to land at, and even just take a rest, and even better to find some food or water, and even better to have a place to raise their young, you know, we're helping keep that diversity, biodiversity on our planet. And with climate change going on, there's so many stressors to animals. This is a great way to help mitigate those. Also, of course, when you do things like plant trees, or my passion vine wall behind me that I've talked about in a previous video, helps to reduce the light and the heat coming to my French door. So it does help to reduce my energy usage a little bit. Trees will help do that too. There's a lot of ways we can do that with porch gardens and gardening. And but you know, there's another thing that we can do too to help mitigate climate change, and that's to talk to our leaders. Now, we can make a change in our own backyards for sure. We have a lot of power in our own hands, but another power that we have is to not just vote, but is to influence our elected officials after we vote. Whether you voted for that person or not, they're in office. Now is the time to talk to them about those big changes that we can do. So my two targets today are Senator Sinema and Senator McSally of Arizona. I hope you have gardens in your yard. If not, hey, it's a great way to reduce some stress from all the hard work of being an elected official. It's great exercise. I know you both are into exercise. It's also a really great way to get the family together and to beautify the world. So, so hopefully you've enjoyed this program. If you have any questions about how to attract wildlife to your yard, or wildlife that are affected by climate change, contact us at the Arizona Wildlife Federation. Have a great day.